Crying is how babies communicate. So some crying is to be expected from time to time. But if your baby is crying just way too much, or you're probably watching me right now with a crying baby in your arm, then don't worry, because today we're giving you 5 ways to soothe a crying baby. Hello healthy moms, welcome to Inyango. I am Larissa Livella. Inyango means mothers, and on this page we'll be giving you everything motherhood, from tips and tricks to motherhood stories to everything to just help make your motherhood journey easy and less challenging. So let's get right into the video. When your baby is crying, the first thing you should ask yourself is, why is my baby crying? Now, the 5 basic reasons why any baby could cry is if maybe they are hungry, 2, maybe they are tired, 3, maybe they have a dirty diaper, 4, maybe the temperature is just too hot or too cold for them, and 5, maybe they just need some of your attention. Now, if your baby is hungry, all you have to do is feed them. If they are tired, you try to put them to sleep, and they are obviously going to get calm. If maybe they have a dirty diaper, then you have to change the diaper and they are going to feel okay. For them 4, if the temperature is too hot for the baby, all you have to do is remove some layers of dressing from the baby. If it is too cold, add on some layers to make the baby to be comfortable. Now, for the last one, if your baby just needs your attention, all you have to do is just cuddle them and they are going to be calm and okay. So if you've done all these things and you notice that your baby is still crying, then you might want to try Dr. Harvey's 5S technique. Now, what is Dr. Harvey's 5S technique? It seems so complicated, but it's so easy, and it's something that maybe you're already doing some of them. According to his 5S technique, he's trying to mimic the state of how the baby was in the womb and make the baby comfortable and feel safe and calm. Number 1, he said swaddle. For number 2, put your baby in the sideline position. For number 3, the shush sound. For number 4, either swaddle or sway your baby, and for number 5, sucking. Now let me go right into it and explain it. For number 1, which is the swaddle, all you have to do is swaddle your baby like this. If you don't know how to swaddle your baby, don't worry, this week I'm bringing you everything to help you calm your crying baby. So I'm going to be putting a video on how to swaddle your baby and the best practices for swaddling. For number 1, which is swaddle, you just have to wrap your baby like this to keep them warm, but also you have to try not to wear the baby a lot of layers of clothes under so that the baby don't feel too hot inside. So number 1, swaddle. This is how you put your baby to swaddle the baby, and they're going to feel so comfortable and they're not going to cry anymore. If that doesn't work, after the swaddling, you might want to put your baby in the side position. So you either put your baby like this and put some pressure on their tummy. This helps to also eradicate colics. If your baby is having colics, you put your baby in this position and they are going to start getting calm. Or you can put your baby on your shoulder like this while you swaddle your baby like this, or you can put your baby on your chest. Sometimes it is very important, or it is very necessary for you to do this on a bare chest. You and your baby can have a skin-to-skin contact and he is going to feel more comfortable and calm. Now, that is it about the sideline position. Now, the third thing you can do after doing the sideline position is the shush sound. Now, your baby hears a lot of sounds. Your baby used to hear, rather, a lot of sounds when they were in the womb, in your womb. And these sounds include maybe the pumping of your heart, how your stomach used to rumble, and many other things, including the noise that was coming out from outside, from the outside environment. So when your baby is crying so much, you want to try to mimic that particular sound that they used to hear in the womb, because in the womb they were very safe. So you put them, if you're putting them in the sideline position like this, and you're doing shh. So you want to make your shh sound as high as they are crying. If your baby is crying really loud, try to do a continuous shh, 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 and it's going to kind of mimic that sound that they used to hear, instead of maybe leaving the environment totally quiet and the baby is just confused what's going on. If your baby is on your shoulder, it's also a very good time to do the shh sound, or even on your chest you can still do the shh sound, because you try to do it in a way that is close to the baby's ear so they can get it very well. So that's the third thing you do. If your baby is still crying, you can actually do all these techniques at the same time. If your baby is still crying, you want to swing or sway. It's very normal for us mothers to do our babies like this when they are crying, but when your baby is crying, you want to swing and then add a little bit of bouncing. Like you can go like this and you're singing to them. Or if your baby is still crying, you could be doing like this and you're swaying your baby and you're doing shh. So you see that most of our mothers have done this before, but they didn't even know how important this is to help your baby calm down. If you didn't know, don't worry, you can now do it very confidently, because you're actually going to achieve some success if you actually do this to your baby. Now, another thing you can do when you're swaddling or swinging your baby is to either make them to look at you and you're smiling at them. That's just an example of it, and it's going to help your baby look at you, and it's just going to be a bonding moment for you and your baby, and no matter what, your baby is going to stop crying, I promise you that. Now, some other thing you can do if your baby is still crying at this point is to breastfeed your baby. That is the last one, which is sucking. Now, you can breastfeed your baby because babies normally have a sucking reflex, and when babies are sucking, they can't normally continue crying. So you can either give your baby breast milk, or you make your baby to suck on a pacifier. Now, it is normally said by the American Academy of Pediatrics that we should leave pacifiers till when the baby has developed a good sucking routine, so that at least the way they suck on the pacifier is not like the breast, so it doesn't make it in a way that the baby is struggling to suck just on your nipple, because they are used to sucking the pacifier just on the nipple. So those are some reasons why you want to leave the pacifier and start it just around the 3 to 4 weeks mark, when your baby has gotten a very good breastfeeding routine. So apart from those 5 things, which are, for number 1, swaddle; for number 2, tight line stomach position; for number 3, the shushing; for number 4, swinging or swaying; for number 5, the sucking. If you've done all those things and your baby is still crying, then there might be something more serious happening. Colics is one thing that makes babies to cry a lot, but the crying for colics might last just about 3 hours averagely in a day. But if your baby is crying more than that, then there can be a situation of indigestion. If your baby is going through indigestion, you can do some very simple massage for your baby, which an example of one you can do is the simple I love you massage, which you can carry your baby like this. You have to do all the other ones to make sure that your baby is a little bit calm, because if your baby is not calm, you cannot do a massage, because when your baby is crying, normally their tummies are going to be very strong, so you cannot be pressing on their tummies at that time. So when your baby has gotten a little bit calm and maybe they are still a little bit fuzzy or still grumbling or something, then you can now go on to do the I love you massage. For the I love you massage, it is very simple. You do the I downward. For love, you do an upside down L, so from here you go up and you massage towards that side, and then for the U, you do an upside down U. You see where my hand is, and you go up, side and down. That's for the U. So you do that for about 3 minutes, and it's going to help push out the gas, because indigestion happens when the baby has gas stored in their tummies. So that's going to help push out the gas. And you can also do a stomach massage, that you lift their legs. I'm going to show this in a short video, which I'm going to upload also this week. I'm going to be uploading a lot of short videos this week, so you want to stay with us to help you to just keep your baby calm and for you to have a happier baby. Now, once you've done the massage, if it is indigestion, within some time your baby is going to feel better. Another situation which can make your baby to cry so much is reflux. Reflux is when your baby sends out food that has been given to the baby. Normally our babies are not yet very well developed, so maybe there can be something going on in their tummies, and the tube which takes food down from the esophagus is not well closed, connecting to the stomach, so it makes food and gases and other things which are supposed to digest the food to come out from the baby's mouth. Now, reflux is usually normal because babies will normally throw up from time to time, but no one really wants their babies crying all the while and being uncomfortable. Normally reflux will solve themselves around 8 to 12 months when the baby is growing up, but we want to try to help you for now to deal with reflux. Some things which you can do if your baby is having reflux is try to feed your baby in a position where their heads are a little bit higher than their stomach, so that the milk that they're taking goes down and remains there. Also, another thing which you want to do is to hold your baby up to your shoulder, after they finish eating for about 15 to 20 minutes before you put them down on the bed, because if you put them when the food has not gone down perfectly and has not started digesting, then there will normally be reflux. Another thing you want to do is to help your baby burp before you put them down, to make sure your baby burp either between feeding. So when you feed with this side and you want to continue with this side, make your baby burp first, and then you can go on to feed with the other side. Now another thing which you can do is for you not to feed your baby so much at a particular time. So you can do short frequent feedings instead of making your baby to suck for one time for about 30 minutes, because if your baby is overfed, then normally there will be reflux because some food will have to come out. So those are some things which you can do if your baby has reflux. Now if you've taken care of all these things and your baby is still crying, then maybe your baby might have an allergy, or there might be some serious cases which you need to see your pediatrician for. So make sure to see your pediatrician and make sure to get your baby okay, because a baby who is fine and healthy won't be crying for so long. Hope these tips could help you today. If there are some tips that have helped you to calm your crying baby which we didn't mention, please do well to mention in the comment section, as it's going to help other mothers. And if you enjoyed this, tell us which of the tips was your best and which one has worked for you before. Thank you so much for joining us today. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and follow our pages, and share to a mom, because you never know what they are going through. Do have a beautiful day, and let's keep raising healthy, wealthy, and exemplary moms. See you in the next video, and may God bless you. Bye.